Power. Yes. Hey guys, what's up? What's going on, guys? Happy New Year. I'm Alex Reyes. Welcome to Point Fighter Live. We're going to have a great show for you guys. I hope everybody had a wonderful holidays, and that's it. The season is upon us. Let's do this. We're going to have Kevin Walker on the show. Um, I'm about to start sharing it right now. I see we have some people on. We're going to preview the AK Warrior Cup and start sharing right now. We're gonna have a great show today. We're gonna talk about tournaments. We got a bunch of topics. Kevin Walker, probably one of the best fighters of right now. So just say what's up. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I see. Yes, power. Give us some power. We're gonna have a great show. It's a great year, 2018. Power, baby. What's up, Omar? That's right. Okay, so let's get going. We got a great lineup, a great show, great topics today. This week, it all starts off the Arctic Challenge. Chris Gorham, he's a great fighter, and guess what? He has a great tournament as well. It's in Michigan, and man, it's gonna be cold this weekend, so it's gonna be a real Arctic Challenge. He has a very big tournament up there in the north, right? It's a great event. They're giving out awesome medals. So if you haven't registered for that, make sure you do. What's going on, Tyler? Kevin Walker's gonna be on soon. All right. So make sure you guys hit this tournament up this weekend. It starts with a blast. We got a bunch of tournaments this year coming up. Point fighter approved events. And next week we have the AKA Warrior Cup. Who's going to that? A lot of people are going to that, right? It's a great event. Hunter and John Sharkey. It's this tournament has been around. Like I think it's the oldest tournament in Miami. I mean, in the whole United States, right? The whole world. So, you know, let's talk a little bit about it. Let's see. We got Kevin Walker. He's won it, right? This is a cool thing about this tournament, the Warrior Cup. It's probably one of the most prestigious, awards you could win out there. What's up, Mark Myers? Woohoo! Tyler Spence, what's going on? Power, I need. So, he's won it, and man, a bunch of people have won it. That are really good, and it's probably one of the few tournaments that has an overall grand in NASCAR. Right now, you got lightweight grand and heavyweight grand, right? And then usually they don't fight together, but at AKA they do. So we're gonna bring on the man right now, okay? Kevin Walker. He just got done teaching. This guy's a great fighter. He's what I really like about him is that he's a big fan of the sport. This guy knows his history. He grew up, being trained by Tony Young, a legend. So he's becoming a legend himself. So let's bring him on. Let's see. Two, one, and what's up, Kevin? What's
Yo,
going on?
what's going on, man? I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me on, Alex. What's going on, Point Fighter community?
That's right. Welcome to Point Fighter Live. Hey, your nickname is Swift, right? How did
Yeah,
that name come about? Like, how did you get that nickname? I just thought about that right now.
I have an inside joke. Those of you that want to hear that one, see me at the tournament. But basically, that nickname came into play when I was a purple belt. I was nicknamed by this guy by the name of Angelo Ace. And basically, all of his students, he nicknamed them, and he would come down and train with us on Thursday nights. He's originally from New York. Long Island, if I'm not mistaken. And he passed from cancer a few years back, but he was on the circuit. He was an awesome fighter, and he sparred with me one time as a 7-year-old. He's like, "Man, you quick, man. What's your name?" I told him Kevin. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna call you K Swift, not K Swiss, K Swift." And that name stuck, man.
And
So
it stuck.
everybody calls me that. People that don't even know me, they call me K Swift. So I hear
Yeah,
it,
man.
and I'm looking.
For sure, for sure. Hey, so
What's up, Omar?
you're gonna be at AKA.
Yes, sir. I will definitely be there. King of Chicago will be back.
Oh, King of Chicago.
Us.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's a big statement right there. You're going for your next
Yeah.
Warrior Cup, right?
Us, we got 2 diamonds. Hey, it's only right to get 2 cups, man. But you know, if God allows it, we gonna do it.
Yep, yep. Hey, so the Warrior Cup, it has a lot of history, and your instructor, Tony Young. For those of you guys that don't know, if you don't know, you're lost in the sport. Tony Young, the a legend in the sport, he won one, and I love this picture. It's like you and him with a cup.
Yeah,
Um,
twins.
yeah, yeah, for sure. You're following in his footsteps, so
Yes,
that's great to see.
yeah,
And he was a great fighter. He's still, he still trains. He has a great tournament. He's very active in the sport.
yes, sir.
And that's what I really love that about him. Hey, so we're talking about the history, and we're gonna preview a little bit the AK since it's next week. Hunter Lyon and John Sharkey do a great job over there. Who's going out there to AK? What's up? Let us know if you're going out to AK. Avery, he won it a few years ago. He hurt his shoulder. Then last year, I think he lost to Ross, right, for the
Yeah, that's very
finals.
true. Yeah, lost
And
in the
then
heavyweight overall. That was a
and
beautiful fight, man. That
yeah,
went down to the wire.
yeah, that was good. Morgan Plowden has won it. And also their dad, right, has won it. Rick
Family full of
Plowden.
cups.
So all three in the family have won cups. That's
Yep.
crazy. We got to
Yeah.
bring them on and see if they still have those,
It's
right?
insane. And there's even more just in the Plowden camp, man. Hey, a lot of people forget that Jermon Wiggins has a Warrior Cup. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
hey man,
that's
yeah man.
right.
Hey, the Plowden system, man. They bring out champions. They breed champions. So
Yeah, man, that's
big
true.
shouts
That's
out to
true.
them.
Yeah, for sure, man. And that's really hard to do. That's something that he's done. He has a bunch of fighters, and now he has some young guns like Chris Gorham out there, and like, man, it's crazy. He keeps pumping them out.
It's a vicious cycle. And
Yeah, it
it's
is.
great. It's great for the sport though.
Yeah, it is. Ross Levine has won it. AKA Grand Nationals. You have or Warrior Cup. You have to go for the pizza when you go there, right?
Oh
Look at
yeah,
that pizza. That's making me
deep
hungry
dish,
right now.
Chicago style, Giordano's, right there.
Yeah, man, look at that pizza.
Oh
Wow,
yeah,
that's one reason to go out there. You got a
delicious.
lot of things to see, the Sears Tower.
Oh yeah.
You got the bean. Who knows who that is on the picture? Let us know if comment right
Uh
here
oh.
if you know who that is.
Uh
Who's that throwing that kick? It's a
oh.
fighter. That's a hint. Let
Man,
us know.
look like family to me.
Yeah, let's see who knows. The tournament hotel, the High Regency. It's a great, venue, great tournament. This one is awesome. I love tournaments with a good location
Yeah.
and area, and things to do. This is, right there. Very good, very good
Yeah.
tournament. And of course, pizza.
More pizza. Yeah.
More
That's
pizza.
that's
Yeah.
definitely going to be my comfort food. I kind of checked out the forecast earlier today, so I'm expecting definitely cold, but maybe some snow all weekend. So I
Oh,
know,
it
especially
is
when I'm done fighting, I will be eating some nice pizza to keep me warm.
for sure,
maybe
for
maybe some
sure.
other things.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's like a celebration type of thing to do
Yeah.
right there if you're fighting.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Point Fighter approved. We got a lot of things going on with Point Fighter. We got, the you be the judge segment. We got Point Fighter Live. We're live streaming.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of events this year. It's really grown. So thanks to you guys. All right, let's get to our first topic. You ready? NASCAR has a lot of new rules.
Okay.
What do you think about this one? Delay of contest rule. Basically, if the gear malfunctions like twice, I guess the other fighter gets a point. It's a penalty. What do you
Yeah.
think about that?
I definitely think that this needed to be addressed. You see a lot of stalling in events, whether it's from real deal situations. It happens. Gear malfunctions happen, but as a
Yeah,
fighter, you gotta get it back going immediately and be back in the fight. So in all the professional sports, you don't see people having to stop to fix their gear. So
yeah,
I
that's correct.
like this. So I'm just interested to see how it's going to be enforced and how consistent it's going to be.
Yeah,
Because I mean, I feel like that's the issue with all the. We can make up all the rules in the world, but they're not going to be any good unless they're enforced and that they're consistent across the board. So,
yeah, man. I really agree on that. Like the
you got to start
rules.
somewhere, though.
Yeah, man, the rules, like it's true. There has to be some kind of system out there where
The Jesse Ray
every
system.
What is it?
JW
The
format.
JW format.
Yes.
Hey, happy birthday to Jesse
Yeah,
Ray
happy
as well.
belated to my man.
Yeah, he's got a tournament coming up too, the King of New York. And man, that tournament's got him really big
Yeah, definitely.
over the years. It's like
One
a
of the fastest
premier.
growing events, man,
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
is. It
Uh,
has it has
national
grown.
talent in there every time. Beautiful. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's kind of become like it was a King of New York, but now, you got people there coming from outside and
Oh yeah.
just like coming for it.
Kansas will be in the house /
Kansas.
Atlanta. So
Yeah. Hey, so I guess if you guys are out there listening, and tuning in, make sure you got your gear good. Make sure you have if you got to tape up your gloves so they don't fly off,
yeah.
do it, or the Velcro because coming off.
Yep.
Make sure you fix it. Put tape on it because you're gonna get penalized for that.
Yep.
So make
Whatever
sure you.
brand you wearing, man, just bring it. Make sure it's in good condition so you're not penalized, man.
Yeah, I think it's a good rule because it'll keep the flow going.
Yep. Yep.
So it's all about the flow, especially now with live streaming events.
Oh yeah.
You have so many pauses, it throws things off.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have other events coming up in January. We got in Atlantic City, the War at the Shore. That's all part of the action martial arts Hall of Fame weekend where they got seminars and all that. On the
Nice.
same weekend, oh no, then 2 weeks later, the Louisiana Pro-Am in New Orleans, Gasas Blanco. We're gonna bring him on in a little bit too. We're gonna talk a little bit about his tournament after a while here, and I'm gonna be there. It's WKC. He's got it's a super regional, but I
Nice.
see his tournament almost like as a national. Great
Yeah,
event.
for sure.
And FBBA Florida, a great event, January 27. I'm gonna be there to cover that. It should be pretty good. There's great fighters in Florida. Same weekend in Florida, the USA Karate season opener, where it's Blitz and Kick USA. So that's
Nice.
gonna be cool. That collaboration right there. So hey, next topic: win by two. What do you think about that? Like right now for grands, you have to win by two, and I guess in team fighting you have to win by two. What do you think
I,
about that?
all right, you want my honest opinion, or do you want me to tell you
Yeah.
the one that'll make you feel good?
Now, honest, and if you guys got opinions out there, let us know. Winning by two, you think that that's good in sport karate in
All right.
any of the divisions or grants or whatever?
I'm definitely a huge fan of just the straight up scoring. So just like in basketball, before we play, we always call deuce or straight up. I don't really care for deuce. That's extra work. But now I do like how it is. It's structured. It's structured only in the grand matches, or at least in my opinion, or at least to my understanding, in the grands is always win by two, which is
Yeah.
cool. You got two higher level fighters. You never want to see somebody win off of either you have a tie score and then a bad call, determine the fight. I like
Yeah.
that. But if we're gonna make every match win by two, that's too much. Let's not do that. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I'm actually against that. But
Yeah.
if we have to do that, and it's sure it makes all the fights that much more interesting. Who can forget the 7 minute Raymond Daniels Jack Felton fight from Diamonds?
Yeah, that
So
was a good one. Yeah.
you know, so I like it in that capacity, but we can't do that all across the board. So
Yeah. That's true. I mean, I'm not a fan of it. Like, just straight up.
yeah.
Pretty much every sport, if you're up, you're up.
Yeah,
That's
I
it. You
mean,
win.
I can think of a few
You
exceptions.
know?
You got tennis, whatever.
Oh,
But
tennis. Yeah, you have to win by two. I didn't
yeah,
know that.
you got your due set. Yeah, on the championship winning matches and game and set
Hmm.
winning matches, you have to if you deuce if you're both at the last point, you got to get advantage and then score another point before you get awarded that. So
Yeah,
it is
man.
what it is. It's from all
I
my years
think
watching Serena.
I think that it takes away from upsets. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I
Like,
mean, for sure. I mean, but at the end of the day, you do want the better fighter to win, and you don't want the officials to dictate the outcome.
yeah, that is true. It does. You have to really win. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Hey, so man, you're one of the most active fighters out there, right?
Yes.
Um, you know, how do you how do you prepare your mind mentally, competing so many tournaments out there, because a lot of people would say that maybe doing too many tournaments you get your body worn out. Like, do you think that that's true or not?
Too much anything will wear you out. I've been doing karate for 20 years, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been competing for 19 years. Um, Mr. Young runs the All Star Karate League, which is one of the largest national ranking ratings out there, and basically his tournaments span across the entire country. So I used to
Yeah.
travel with him to all the tournaments. So I've always done at least 30 tournaments a year. So it's never
Wow.
been an issue. So I always compete. That's just what I know. So and then going away to school, not having many people to train with, going to tournaments became my training. So I hear the nonsense talking. You do all these tournaments. How are you going to get better? You get better from the experience. The same way people use their training
Mm-hmm.
in house as
Yeah.
training, I use my tournaments as training, and it's great because the smaller tournaments, I don't feel any pressure to win. I only put the pressure on myself. So that's how I get better. And as long as I'm learning from my mistakes, and like if I'm taking my time with any ailments or injuries, then I'm fine.
Yeah.
So when you start to push the envelope when you're not 100%, that's when it becomes an issue. But I've knock on wood, I've done a great job. The only major injuries I've suffered is 2 broken noses as far as karate goes, and I had like a muscular strain one time, but that's it.
Wow. So you've been competing pretty much all your life because
All
you said 20 years
20
and
years.
you're 24. So
Yep.
since you're four,
Yeah.
man, that
Longer than a lot of folks been alive.
hey, you know what? That kind of reminds me of some of my students, that came up like Victor Suarez, he was out there since like 4 or 5 years old. And he kind of talks to me and he tells me that he's kind of he was a little bit burnt out. He's like right now he's like 29, but he was competing like you since like from like
Yep.
from like 4 or 5 years old till like a few years ago, right? And he
Yep.
felt, do you think that maybe that's like a huge long career right there, right?
Yeah, it is.
Do you think it burns you out a little bit?
It definitely depends on the individual. Me personally, I when I got in and my first major tournament was the 2001 Battle of Atlanta. I saw Ray and these guys fight on stage, and immediately that's what I wanted to do. I always wanted to be the best. So me doing it year after year and fighting all the people, I never got burnt out until now. And even now I'm not even burnt out. I just I'm not. I'm just tired of fighting the same people, and that's all it is. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, no, for sure, for sure. And man, that's crazy. You mentioned Raymond, and man, he did it for so long, so long. That's one of the things that makes him so great because he won for such a long time. Um, yeah, so we're gonna move on, and we got a few tournaments on the same weekend. We got the Starcade in Miami, Florida. That's a great tournament.
Great
Murphy
one.
Gonzalez,
Definitely
King of
recommend
New
that one.
York. We just mentioned it. Jesse Ray. That's on a Sunday. That's a great event right there.
Yeah.
They got the open weight also for the kids. He always gives out great prizes for the juniors as well.
Oh,
So
yeah.
make sure you guys make it out to that. In Mexico, we got another great event. They're giving out like a good load of money out there. Not just a lot of pesos. They're giving
Hey,
out real money out there. And it's
hey,
sponsored by NMAC. They have a challenge. It's ranked by them too. I think it's MBL as well. So a good tournament there, Mexico.
I'm gonna need y'all to send me some information on that one. It's a little cold out here. I need to get some
Oh
heat.
yeah, for sure. Mexico is a great sport karate town.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's really getting good out there. Great fighters. Hey, so another rule: shin pads and elbow pads. What do you think about that? 2 thumbs up,
3. I wish I
three.
had another thumb, man. Greatest rule I could think of, man. So all the people that are griping about it, hey, I'm sorry, but I feel like y'all aren't fighters. If you're against this rule, basically, I've sustained not one, 2 broken noses from elbows, inadvertent, of course, and they're all freak accidents. And I feel like this is a step in the right direction to correct that or minimize that from happening. Like it's always going to be, it's a contact sport. There's always going to be injuries, but I think this is the way to go. People talk about it's going to make the technique worse. No, proper teaching in your karate schools is going to help your technique. These elbow
Yeah,
pads and shin pads isn't going to mess up your quality. Yes, it might be uncomfortable for certain people at first, but just like you learned how to put on your foot pads and wear your headgears and wear your cups, you got to get used to your elbow pads. So no excuses. So
yeah, man. It's crazy how like time has changed. Like I think, just like every other sport, there's more safety. You know, football, you know, it's crazy. Before they play with no helmets on, you know, and they got like the concussion protocols and stuff like that. Like I was looking at a picture the other day of me competing as a fighter, and I just had these little gloves, and we're fighting like on a wood gym.
Yeah.
So like so you know it's crazy how it is now where you got this protection, but
Yeah.
it's all good, you know. Like
Yeah.
this sport, you know, is the safest combat sport there is,
Very
and
true.
you know, so
Yeah.
it's all for safety right there. So you could get used to these things, you know.
Yeah.
Just you know, some of the old school people are like, oh man, they look like Michelin Man and all that, you
Hey.
know. But I think
Tell them, hey,
it's a
tell
good
them
rule.
gear up.
Yeah.
Tell them gear up.
Yeah, it's a great rule. I think it's a good rule because you know it's a blitzing world now, you know, and then you run into the elbows. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of people have scars right now, you know, so because of that, yeah.
I got.
So
Hey,
I think
I
that's
got
gonna
them.
prevent. Yeah, that's gonna prevent all that, and I think it's a good rule, you know.
Yes.
Um, yeah. Hey, all right, here we go. A new topic for everybody: warming up and stretching, like before you fight. You know, a lot of times I see people, they're just like they're not stretched. They're just standing there and they just go and they fight. Boom. Um, do you think it's important to stretch and like warm up or whatever before you fight and be hot?
Oh man, for sure, definitely. You know, my body is starting to age with me now, so I definitely have to warm up. And I get a lot of weird looks when I warm up. I take at least like 30 minutes to warm up. This is something that I kind of adopted after running track. You know, before
Yeah.
I could like just stretch out real quick, do a couple jump jacks, and be good to go. But ever since I started running track, I never felt completely warm unless I did the warm up that I had to do for track. So
Yeah.
I like to bounce around, listen to music, do jumping jacks, push-ups. I conduct a real mini workout. So shout out to Full Circle. One of my former coaches, Coach Calvin Thomas, man, he used to drive the point home for us. If you're not in a full outright downright
Yep.
sweat, you're not warmed up.
For
So
sure.
before I fight, I have on one, maybe even two hoodies, warming up, getting hyped, bouncing around, and I'm expending more energy probably than I do in my actual fight for my warm up. But when it's time for me to fight, I'm nice and warm. I'm ready to go. You never have to worry about warming up. So if I get that tough fighter right off the bat, guess what? I'm ready. You know, so warming
Exactly,
up
man.
is the most important
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't just hope that you have like some, you know, cheeseburger, you know, to warm up with. You
Exactly,
know, you
because it
gotta
don't
be
happen
like
like that
ready.
every time.
Exactly, exactly. So make sure you guys warm up. It could be a little short routine, you know, 2 minutes, a minute and a half, but make sure you do that because that's gonna get you on point. All right. So let's see what's next. All right, last tournament we're promoting today, the KC Challenge and Waco USA Nationals. That's right where you're at right now, right? You're in KC.
Us,
Yeah.
hey, in KC right now.
Hey, Omar, I'm gonna post this question up here.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
Did you see it?
I'm peeping the live stream on my
Yeah,
computer
yeah,
at the
yeah. He,
same
he
time.
is on the All Stars. He is right. Yeah,
See the question? No, yes, yes.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's still on the All Stars. Um, so he will be in the All Star uniform this year. Hey, so you know KC Challenge, Waco USA Nationals, a great event. There's NASCAR divisions and Waco divisions and juniors. They could make it. You know, it's also a tryout for the Worlds. So
Yes.
you know, check out the page. You know, to all these events. All these events have pages. If you have any questions, hit me up, and I'll get you. You know, to where you need. All these are great events. Let's see. All right. Okay, ASG, you know, thanks to ASG, you know, for always sponsoring and supporting Point Fighter Live, Point Fighter Radio, WKF, Jason Chen, Power. All right. Hey, so um another question. Here's another one. This one came up, um, you know, drill both sides. Do you drill like not fight on both sides? Like I think you should fight on one side, right? That's my opinion when you fight, you know, but in points, but drill both sides. Do you drill both sides when you train?
Hey, that's definitely an affirmative. I drill both sides. I fight on both sides. Train on both sides. I probably actually work my offside even more, to be honest.
Yes. Yeah. Do you see the benefits in that? Because look, the reason why I brought up this question is because I was looking at the TCK camp. Jody was recording I think Trevor, and somebody asked him that if they train both sides, right? If he trained both sides, and he said that he trained, I believe, just one side, and just focus on that one side. Kind of like, in most sports, like boxers, they train pretty much one side, right? Everything's on one side, so they, get really good on that side. What's the reason to train both sides?
Yeah, for me, I mean, as a karate instructor, I have to drill this point at, you have to develop both sides. So let's say I'm preparing you guys not for karate tournaments. I'm preparing you guys for real life situations.
Yeah.
So in a situation, let's say you fall down or get hurt on one side. What are you going to do? You're going to stop the fight? Oh, I'm hurt. We're done. No, you have to be able to defend yourself. And that's the thing I always tell all the people that I work with privately as well. We're going to work this offside because you're going to think a lot more about the techniques. And when you do that, it's actually going to help your good side when you come back to do that side, because you're going to remember all those things, all those minor details that you had to remember. Oh, back straight. Let me turn my pivot foot. Okay, all those things that you have to do, you're going to do that subconsciously back on your good side, and it's going to make you that much better.
Yeah, man, I agree 100%. A lot of people, they're like, "Oh, I don't fight on that side, so why should I do any drills on that side?" I'm like, "Dude, do it." I always had that mentality of like, if your bad side gets good, your good side's gonna be great. Just push it, and keep going. And it's karate. Drill your basics. Do both sides in class. You got to do it. So everybody out there listening, drill both sides.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, Point Fighter approved events. We are going to bring in. If you have any questions for Kevin, let us know. All right, let us know. We're gonna bring in real quick. We've had a great show so far. We're gonna bring in Agasas Blanco, Pee Wee Blanco. Right, we're gonna bring him up and talk to him a little bit about his tournament, Louisiana Pro-Am. He has some info. Let's bring him on, and then we'll keep talking some sport karate with Kevin. If you have any questions, hey, what's going on, Agasas Blanco, Pee Wee? What's going on?
Hey, Alex, how you doing? Hey, Kevin, how you doing out
what's
there,
going on? I'm just over here rising up,
Hey, nothing much. Who there, baby?
Hey,
how you doing, guys?
Hey, so we got New Orleans Saints and Atlanta Falcons fan right here, right?
Yes,
both still in the playoffs.
Yes,
so that'll be a great game right there if they meet up.
We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hey, I would love to have that. I would love to see it.
Back in the Superdome. I might have to come down to Nola for that one.
Come on down. The doors is wide open. Come on in.
Hey,
you
so
somewhere to put your head? Come on.
Hey, so Pee Wee, Louisiana Pro-Am, we're just a few weeks away. Give us some information on the tournament in New Orleans.
Yes, you're correct. We are February 2nd and 3rd here in New Orleans. During Mardi Gras season, it's going to be a great event. A lot of events taking place outside of Louisiana Pro-Am. Guys, but don't forget, it's time to pre-register. Go online. Go to myeventex.com before the 12th, and you can save lots of money. And get your hotel rooms. We have a hotel 3/4 of a mile from the event. It's the Wyndham Hotel. Very close, guys. So go on my website also, laproam.com. All information. The parades is listed there, the hotels, the tournament location, the full brochure. You can get everything on that site.
Very nice, very nice. Hey, and it's Mardi Gras season too, so it's a great event. You got great competition. It's a great town. I was just talking to Kevin about this, like tournaments in a great place where you could do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so that's very important. So there you have it. Hey, so yeah, just you're prepping up for the event, and it's a few weeks away. I'm gonna be there. Are you guys gonna be there? Let us know. I know it's gonna be a great event. I know Richard Plowden's gonna be there, right, with WKC. I heard Jesse Ray. There's gonna be a lot of national people out there as well. So it's a great event. Make sure you support. What's the website again?
It's laproam.com, laproam.com. I have all the information. If not, give me a call on my personal cell phone number, 504-256-4311. You guys do Atlanta Falcon fans, dial 1-800 Pee Wee. I had to throw it in there.
Nice. There you go, man. Hey, Happy New Year to you. We'll bring you on. We're going to be bringing you on and give us more information about the event. Thanks for coming in. coming on. All
Yes,
right.
sir. And thank you guys. Don't forget the pre-registration date is February the 12th. Let's save some dollars so we can hit the Mardi Gras parades and have a good time. Alex, I'm looking to showing you guys, you and Mr. Plowing a great time in the Big Easy. So come on down. We
For
got
sure.
we're
It's
gonna
gonna
have a
be
good crew
fun.
there, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
We got
There
Mr.
you
Price
have it.
coming.
There you have
Oh,
it.
nice. All right. You guys
Yeah.
gonna have the celebrities in the house.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, so Kevin, right now you're up there in American school, right? You're
Yes,
teaching
sir.
in Kansas City, right? Who do you train with? Who are your sparring partners right now?
Oh man, so I have a jewel, man, that was sent out to me by Obeda Abib Ben Wali, one of his students, Mr. Travis Moran. Shout out to Travis. That's been the guy who I've been training out with a lot. But with the new year, been doing a lot of training. So we did an open session. Of course, Daniel Schulte's out here. Jared Liker is actually going to be doing some training with me, probably starting next week. And David Muhammad, somebody who's also in the open circuit, he's actually a WKF fighter. He's been on the U.S. national team there, and
Wow.
two of my instructors back home are actually pushing for me to do that. I don't know which way I'm leaning towards yet, but he's been helping me in that right as well. So don't be surprised if you see me trying to hop in the Olympics. But
Oh,
yeah,
there you have it. That's cool.
yeah,
Hey, at Pan Am's, that's funny. At Pan Am's, that was like a WKF style fighter, right? And he's like I think number 2 or something in the country, I think.
yeah,
And I think his name was like Eric something. I forgot, but he looked pretty good. Like he came out and he he didn't beat big names, but he beat some good open fight, point fighters. And he said he wanted to do NASCA to help him get better in the WKF. What do you think about? That's pretty cool seeing that transition, right? Like where you
yeah.
do both. That's pretty cool.
It's funny because I was thinking about it a lot the other day actually, and it really shouldn't be that big of a difference to switch. Meaning that just means the judges here need to call more quality techniques because we're
Yeah,
calling the same things. It's the first person to score an effective
yeah,
technique. The only difference is they're being graded on focus, balance, and the Budo spirit.
yeah,
Whereas karate, we can get away with a lot more, a little more sloppy things. So
yeah.
that's why I kind of want I want the tournament scenes to get better with that. I'm getting some messages right now, man.
Uh,
Pardon me, not to digress, but I gotta
uh,
shout out Mr. Lawrence Ray. I gotta call him that for that last message he just sent me. So
Kodak.
he's tuning in right now. So
Nice,
big
nice.
shout out to Kodak.
He's a man. Next
Yeah,
level. Next level. Star power right there.
next level South, next level West in the house.
Yeah, man.
I
Great
am the
name.
founder.
You're
So I'm the founder of Next Level West. A lot of people don't know, they see me rocking the Next Level gear, and they don't know, like, I'm actually the founder of Next Level West. So it's a real thing.
Next level West right
Yeah,
there. Oh, I didn't even know about that. Hey,
real thing.
so a lot of times, you're an all-star, and you're one of the most active fighters out there. A lot of times you're without your team, and a lot of times you're just there by yourself fighting, right? And there's nobody behind you.
Yeah,
A lot of times, we've had this topic before. Is like coaching. How important is coaching? And how important is it to you having a coach behind you? You think it benefits you? No, even if Tony Young is behind you.
I mean, at the end of the day, who's going to be fighting and getting the points? I mean, there's nothing that he can do or say
Yeah,
that's going to get me points. I mean,
yeah,
unless you pull now. Shout out to Coach Conroy. You can get a couple points if you know the rules. Hey, that's a violation. But no, at the end of the day, the fighter is in full control. Now,
yeah,
granted, I do like to think of myself as a coach, and I am that hands-on type of coach that kind of tells or helps my student or whoever I'm coaching see what I see and give them tips on what to do. So there
yeah,
are people that I trust that I feel increases my ability. But at the end of the day, most times they're
yeah.
just an extension of me. They know how I train. They know what I'm good at. They know what
That's
I'm
true.
seeing, and they're just reminding me and telling me things. They're telling me the things that I'm already thinking. So at the
Yeah,
end of the day, man, coaching is absolutely, positively unnecessary in this sport. But if you have a good coach and you trust them, then it's
yeah,
just gonna make you better. I mean, but at the
yeah.
end
I
of the day,
think
man, it's the person across.
that's
You know,
true. It's true. That's all. It's all in the training. Like a
yeah,
coach can't get you a win. It's the better fighter's gonna win.
yeah,
I just like I've always liked having a coach when I fight. And then, my approach when I'm coaching is just like, I'm not really telling them much what to do unless they're like a student that I actually train and know really good.
Yeah.
But I'm like watching the clock, trying to see if what the fighter's doing maybe, and like give him, oh, he's trying to do that. But that's, little things like, but now you got, most great fighters, they do that. They know how much time is on.
Yeah.
They know the rules. They don't even need a coach to they know the rules. They're on top of everything.
Yeah, that's probably what I need the coach most for, to make sure that the scorekeeper's giving me all my points, keeping up with the score. That's what I need the coach for. Yeah, but at the end of the day, there are a few people who I do kind of like heighten, my skill set, especially they are behind me, and Tony Young's definitely the first one. Kodak Ray, you see him coaching me a lot. I love it when Trevor Nash coaches me. He's really? An awesome coach. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Dude, we made it to 2 straight Elite 8 finishes at the Irish Open as a result.
Yeah, man. He's a great fighter, and he's pumped up some talent as well out there.
Yeah, for sure. But those 3 are the first 3 that come to my mind. And then of course my dojo brother from day one, Stefan DeCass. Nobody gets me hyped like him. And they have another teammate who kind of coaches, but he hasn't been out that much. But Jakeem Daniels, those 5 are pretty much, they can coach me anywhere, anytime, and I'll trust anything they say. They'll tell me to blitz a guy from 30 feet away. If they told me, I'm gonna do it. Good night, brother.
For sure. Yeah, man. Hey, so man, great show. Thanks for calling in. I can't wait for AKA next weekend. The Arctic Challenge is this week. We're gonna have live streaming from that tournament.
That's gonna be a great event. Y'all go check that out.
The
Midwest.
Yeah,
that's by Chris Gorham, correct?
Yeah, Chris Gorham. He's a great fighter and a good young fighter, huh?
Oh yeah.
And, I really like tournament.
Him. Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is the first show of the year. Point Fighter Radio. Kevin Walker. Power, baby.
Happy New Year, baby. Us.
Yes.